Let's get back to work. When I was in Sierra Vista, Arizona, they had to bring people up to me that I might know who I am or was before I knew who they were. All right. There were quite a few people. There was a man named Michael Aquino. I don't know if a lot of you know who he is. Antoine LaVey. Those were some of the first ones I got. Uh, Richard Dawkins, Chris Hitchings, Sam Harris, Stephen Hawking. Okay. I had no idea who these people were. Didn't even know they existed. Had no idea they were some of the greatest minds in the whole world. Some of the most influential people in all the world. Okay. But I got this LaVey and this, it was the Aquino character in my head, who here? I'm the devil man. Woo-ha-ha. And I was just like, fuck. I just kind of laughed and woo-ha-ha. And there are fates worse than death. Like listening to you talk was basically my first response to him. Like, really? Seriously? You want me to be scared of you? I get a vibe like you're Spock's transgender uncle. That's what I used to refer to him as. I don't know if he's still alive or not, but that's why I refer to Antoine LaVey as Spock's transgender uncle. When I think of Antoine LaVey, I think of Roger Miller. My uncle used to love me, but she died. Chicken ain't chicken till it's looking good and fried. Keep on the sunny side. My uncle used to love me, but she died. Okay, that's keep. Uncle used to love me, but she died. That's Antoine LaVey to me. Okay. The Final Destination movie. What a waste of precious time. Okay. But then there was this guy, Antoine LaVey. Okay. He was the main financier of the Temples Illuminati, a group put together to end all military genocide operations through corporations that they referred to as religious hypocrisy, like the good Christian soldiers, and especially the Mormons and the Quorum of the 12, which are the leaders in espionage in the United States of America, and the leaders in Europe and the Middle East. Benjamin Netanyahu and his mass murderers for petroleum products all throughout Europe. But you know what? You know who's business partners with the Bush family? The Saudi royal family. So they're in business with Benjamin Netanyahu's people. We kill our own people for cheap petroleum so you can have affordable cell phones. And you can wrap everything at the store in plastic. It's pretty gross, isn't it? When I found out about it, that whole thing about the grapes and the wine press in the book of Revelation made a lot of sense to me. And I found it absolutely hideous and horrifying. I was like, this is terrible. It's disgusting, right? It's the grapes of Ralph. It's not the grapes of Ralph. It's the grapes of Wrath. You get to the grapes of Ralph, you live in the Lord's Prayer. None of you bitches is doing that. So Kadeem for you. Only a bottle of wine, truly divine. When you gonna get me, get sober. I just swallow every time thoughts of you are in my head. I was wrong, but now I find only one thing makes me forget. Red wine, red wine. You make me feel so fine. You keep me rocking. I don't drink booze. Hate the stuff. Yak piss. Does nothing but make you an equivocator like Shakespeare talked about. Okay. So don't fuck with that shit. Put it down. Never go there again. Never going back again. Don't know how to go there again. Have faith in the Lord. Then there is sadder than this woman and this man. That's Jesus standing up for the Lord's Prayer and no one else doing it until I showed up 2009 years later in Cochise County, Arizona, Tona, right? And everybody's videotaping it, and it's not happening. It's not happening. Well, that LaVey character, right, he put out a video. I can't find it on YouTube. It was Antoine LaVey's parting video, right? And he sits there and he goes, snickerdoodle, snickerdoodle. I want you to know that Satan will always be here, even if it comes in the form of a beautiful woman. Well, Antoine LaVey and Michael Aquino used to sexually manipulate politicians with sex with underage people. Okay? If Antoine LaVey thinks you're a beautiful woman, you might want to reevaluate your assessment of beautiful. You know what I'm saying? Okay. If he manipulates you into that happened, I know that's happened, and I get the concept, guys. I understand. Okay. And they tried to do that with me and put me in that uncomfortable of a position. Okay. So I'm not being judgmental, and I'm not saying these people are evil. Okay. because you guys could all talk shit about Beyonce and Oprah and Jennifer Lopez and Taylor Swift and all that and say, well, these people are in these disgusting positions because Antoine LaVey did these disgusting things. I stood up for the Lord's Prayer without fear, and everybody should know it that's anything to do with the military in Las Cruces and El Paso. And I sit on the 6 o'clock news and I watch little girls have an opportunity to play professional flag football and say what a wonderful opportunity and how great it is to be able to play flag football like the guys and make money for advertising like the guys that gets little girls raped to death in Mexico and Indonesia and all across the world. What about standing up for the Lord's Prayer with that gorgeous Ralph Earl Parsons Jr. just north of San Ysidro, New Mexico? Are you guys honored to do that? What would you say if you met me at a Walmart? You sound like that little asshole in front of the Thomas Brannigan Memorial Library I met over 10 years ago. His wife, gorgeous. She was so pretty. She looked like a little tiny movie star. She's crying. I said, what's wrong? He's getting a divorce from me. I'm like, why are you getting a divorce from her? He's in the military and he's in special forces and he doesn't want to get out and marry me and have children. I said, dude, this is like the Holy Grail. Go for it. He goes, no, I like what I'm doing. I'm not going to quit because it's fun and I'm not going to stop. I'm like, but you kill people for money for a bunch of creeps. He goes, yeah, but I know. I like it. It's fun. And I'm sitting there. I didn't say it to him. I didn't say it out loud. But I'm like, you do know I could kill you right now with my bare hands and wouldn't do it for any money. You know, old Tom Cruise on Last Samurai. You can tell him I'll gladly kill you for free. Right? And I just sat there and I tried to tell her, you know, I don't think you're really losing anything, baby girl. And it's a good thing that he divorced you before you had babies with him. I don't think he's worth a shit. And I think you're a fortunate woman to be able to fight. But she can't marry my son because he's with Mira. Unless, of course, we could have, you know, what old, I'm not going to do that to my Mira. I love her too much. No, you go find you. I'll work on these young men and make sure they all stand up for the Lord's Prayer too fucking sweet. You hear what I'm saying there? Hickety-dickety-doo, you know. But you got to understand what a disgusting organization the Temple of Southern Illuminati is. Okay? They had people through things like Scientology and the Vatican and Quorum of the 12 and all those groups, virtual presence in my house, getting together in large prayer chanting groups, making me think that there was going to be this woman from New York that was going to be my sexual holy grail after I did everything Jesus asked me to do to perform the apocalypse and the timetable of the book of Daniel. That happened by January 13th or 22nd, 2013. It ain't January 22nd, 2013 to Myrrh. Okay. Since then, they have done perverse, terrible things to me, tortured the living hell out of me, have people mock me. They quit doing that, but every time I go to the store, say, come on, guys, we live the Lord's Prayer every day. And they say, it ain't happening. It ain't happening. It ain't showing up. It ain't happening. Your own kids, your own son told you he'd killed you if you stayed with your mom. Your own daughters won't even talk to you because they think you're a pervert. And your daughter, you know, and Natalie won't stand up and tell the truth. Amy and Stephanie won't stand up and say he's telling the truth and we're right and we should all live the Lord's Prayer. They hate you. You should just die. Nobody loves you. Nobody stands up for you. Everybody knows you're right and they're wrong, but they still stand up for the people that are wrong and watch you be tortured to death. They'll gladly kill over me and my grandpa's money and watch you and Jesus die, Parsons. Yeah, but at least Dave Rockefeller's video recording it all. So, you know, so lady, please, I'm begging now. This time when I fulfill your needs, you won't up and leave me. Even though I'll know, you know I'll let you come back, right? Are you really ready for love, girl? Or is it just a lonely talking again? No, when they talk to you, as I told you. Richard Branson, I'm about to die, Jesus, help! John McCain, oh, this is horrible. Jesus, get me out of here. Get me out of here. I'll devote my life to you. Yeah, he sure devoted his life to Christ after he got out of the Hanoi Hilton, didn't he? And that Richard Branson, spreading the Lord's Prayer. All young children, when I was a little kid, I didn't believe in Jesus or the Lord's Prayer either. But now that I'm up in space looking down on everybody else that is poor and can't come up into space with me, I've realized when I talk to Jesus to save me, that I didn't mean it. It's just like Sheldon trying to get tickets to Comic-Con, right? That's funny. I know it's funny. Isn't it neat that the guys that the Messiah that performs the apocalypse in the 21st century has a really good sense of humor? It's like this is the time. This is a guy in the modern era that's like Jesus. I could hang out with this dude. I could enjoy him. I could be myself and not feel like he was going to judge me and call me a pervert. Everybody can get put in tough situations. If you stay in a fucked up self situation, then you are just a fucked up selfish person. But if you get put in fucked up self situations and sometimes you make a bad decision, just realize the Lord's Prayer is right. Stop, collaborate, and listen. Correct yourself before I kick your dick in. Do you see what I'm saying? Will it ever stop? I don't know. So that's all you got to do. Okay? Just, correct yourself. And then enjoy yourself, enjoy yourself with me. Better enjoy yourself, right? You can do it. You can do it. You can do it. You can do it. So, if I can forgive the people in Temple Set Illuminati for what they did to me and they're still doing to me, okay? You can stand up with me for the Lord's Prayer without judging them. You better, because if you don't, David Rockefeller has all your surveillance, and he don't need surveillance. You're on the TV going, I'm so glad we can make money. And money is better than living the Lord's Prayer. And I'm an egotistical little shit who thinks I can outcompete people for money because I'm addicted to it, and I'm doing right here on the 10 o'clock news. That's a bad idea. You may not want to do that. You might want to stand up for the Lord's Prayer and stop liking Lilo and Stitch movies because CGI is full of shit, man. And so is talking to a thing that you think is a big ball of cheese to sell crackers. That's crazy. This love, da 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 da. Is he really Michael Jordan's love child? Well, he better get himself straight, because it wasn't love, it was just sex. Money's for fools. Ask Samuel Jackson. He's dumb as hell. He should know by now. All the things we've been through. Okay, guys? I love you. I'll keep working on this. I'll kick your capital out of your one. All right, love you too.